Hey, 10-minute daily reality check for Friday, January the 12th, man. I'm calling Fridays, John, Crypto Friday.
What's up, David? How you doing? The Crypto Fridays, we can call it Blockchain Wednesdays, whatever, because that's what's going on in the world right now. And it seems to be, to me, from my eyes, there's an entire revolution going on of this technology that I'm just beginning to understand, but that is going to revolutionize the way we all do things in this world. And it's the next step after the internet. And from what I understand about most of it is that it's about decentralization. And right now we live in a centralized world. We have a centralized government. We have a centralized banking system. We have a centralized internet system, which means that everything we do has to go through Big Daddy, has to go through the middleman, has to go through Papa. And so in a way, we're children of them, or they're there to take from us. So that's just kind of like that anarchy kind of mindset or libertarian mindset there is a factor in the blockchain technology that comes from a mindset like that, but it's so much more than that. I'm just learning about that, but essentially, through blockchain technology, you and I can move information, money to each other without any middleman. Whether it's me and you, and you're in LA and I'm in New York, or you're in Singapore and I'm in Saudi Arabia, we can move money, information privately, just between you and me, without all the middlemen in between. And it's really phenomenal. And that blockchain technology is manifesting in many, many ways. From being in the entertainment world, to being in the financial system, to being in the medical system, to just being in just like the regular internet is. This new technology is taking over. Now, of course, it's caused a crypto craze. Cryptomania is what's happening. And a lot of it's just about how can I make a lot of money really fast, or what should I put my money in? I don't want to miss, there's this fear of missing out going on. I got to have Bitcoin. Oh my God, it's, $15,000. I got to get this Ethereum. Oh my God, it's $1,200. I've got to get on the next one. I don't want to miss this Ripple thing, that. So there's all these different.
And don't forget, John, there's marijuana coin.
Yeah, there's even a marijuana.
I know there's even a marijuana coin. I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss getting stoned and watching my money go up 100 times.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of thing people are talking about when you start looking at these YouTube videos in the investment world. Hey, get 100x on your money. It's like, holy shit, 100x. I mean, in your Vanguard, you're lucky you get 20%. A year. So
10.
Yeah.
10, you're having a great year.
Yeah, you're having a great year rather than negative 10. And then you have a guy like Warren Buffett saying the whole thing's a bubble, it's going to pop. But maybe it is. But the thing that's different that I can tell you for sure is that this is not driven by America like other bubbles in the past. It's driven by the rest of the world, in fact. And a lot of it's driven by second world countries. Because unlike America, where we seemingly have a stable dollar, a lot of other countries, their currency implodes every 5 or 10 years, and the people are left broke. So they try to hide their money in the dollar, etc. And now they're finding something really powerful, a decentralized way to store your money, and so that the corrupt governments can't take their money anymore.
Well, there's also so much more. I mean, it's the same decentralization that we've seen from the taxi industry with Uber. Everybody was like, Uber's not going to make it. That's crazy. Now people would prefer to get into Maxine Stacy's car than get into, a yellow cab. It's the same thing that happened with Airbnb. People would say, why do you want to stay at somebody's somebody's house, when you could stay at a hotel and be catered to? Yet Airbnb has scared the shit out of what? Hotel industry. It's the same thing that's happening now with Turo, where you can take your own personal car. And now Hertz and Avis are wondering, gee, is Turo going to be what Airbnb was to the hotel industry?
Now take it a step further, and you take Airbnb and Uber out of the equation, and there's no middleman. Now the middleman stops taking all the money in between.
I know the middleman. Well, now, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of these, Coinbase, placing a trade on Coinbase, a $5,000 trade on Coinbase costs you $74. It's like they're taking fees like the MasterCard and Visa companies. So
That's a centralized exchange,
Right.
that too could be the past.
Yeah, I
Eventually,
mean,
yeah, decentralized one.
yeah, I mean, it'll be decentralized one. So it's interesting what's going on. And everybody, I think people will say, it's a bubble. Sure, there are bubbles, but I mean, real estate's been in a 6-year run up right now. Crypto started really running up in 2017. And somebody brought to my attention yesterday, the .com years were, I think, 97, 98, and 99, right? And they all said, this can't last.
Right.
Why not? If you look at the history of the world, we have always come up with ways to make money. And every single time we're making money, whether it's real estate or internet or whatever it might be, everybody says, well, that's just a bubble, because people always want to stick a pin in it and end it. But the fact of the matter is, with each bubble that comes, it changes the way that we think about life. It changes the way that we do business. I mean, if you look at New York City, I mean, I've been in Los Angeles 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years ago, the price of apartments on the Lower East Side were minimal. Now people are like, holy shit, 20 years ago, they've gone up 10 times, 15, 20 times since then. We've changed the world. The world is now very expensive. Money doesn't, $1 million is not like $1 million when we were kids. Remember when we were kids growing up, somebody was a millionaire, you bow down to them, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, a millionaire. That was somebody who made $100,000 a year and basically lived in a fucking $80,000 home that's now a $3 million home, right? A millionaire means nothing, man. You don't have money until you hit 10 million now.
Yeah.
It's all different. So everything is changing, and it's become, as you have told me many times, it's a shared economy now. So this is not going away. Granted, are there going to be 25,000 coins, in 3 years? No, there'll be coins that will survive, and there'll be systems that survive, and the rest of them will be just, a quick flash in the pan. And this is where it's interesting, and this is where it's exciting. People, look, granted, you can make a lot of money, but take a look at how the world is changing before your eyes. That's where the excitement comes in. We are changing the world now, right in front of our eyes. We're changing the world.
Yeah, well, what I think is, what we need to do is learn, right? We're regular guys,
We are.
smart guys, right? But we're learning, and we need to learn and not be afraid of what's happening. We need to learn. We need to learn what this blockchain is, what it could be, and there's not just going to be, what I realized last night is, they're not just going to be opportunities for investment. There's going to be opportunities for whole new ways for us all to do businesses, and for us, those of us who are entrepreneurial, it's really good to start looking at what this means for how you can start a new business. And that's something, I was just rambling around in my head last night. But what really came to you and I both was, as we started getting excited by this technology, is that we want to talk to the people that are creating it. We want to talk to the people that are investing in it. We want to talk to the players in this game, and we want to find them, and we want to get to know what they're up to and what this actually means. Because as much as I understand it, I only have a limited understanding of it, even though I have friends who have owned these companies even. So it's just like, so it's really time to share that. And I think, so when you guys who are out there, guys and gals who are out there who want to make investment decisions, or who just want to understand what's happening, and if, even if, things implode financially, this technology is here to stay, and it's going to keep coming and coming and coming, just like the internet was here to stay, and it kept coming and coming and coming. After the bubble popped, then arose from that some great companies like Amazon, Google, on and on, Apple, that they kept coming, right? So what's next here? So this isn't going away. You can say, oh, it's a bubble, and next year we'll just go back to doing things like we did in 1920.
Yeah, right. Nice try.
What's going to happen is things will rise from the ashes if there's a bubble. And, so we're going to, look out for some of these guys that are going to be the ones that are here for long term, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatnot.
Well, what we want to do, and this is something why we set up this, you've been far more on this podcast than anybody else has. I mean, if I lived, sometimes if we lived next door to each other, we would do 5 of these podcasts a day together, and I think what we really set this podcast up was to change people's reality. and
Right.
change the way they are, and not just talk about dating or relationships or self-help. It's like we see an opportunity to educate the world because you want to be educated. You don't want to sit back and say to yourself, oh man, I should have gotten involved in that, because the shoulda, woulda, couldas of life are what usually plague people. There's not only there's money to be made, it is the conversations and being on the cutting edge of changing the world and the way the world does business. That's what excites us. So here's what we want. We want you, if you are one of these cutting edge changing people, we want to interview you on the podcast. If you're one of these guys that, well, you just, you run a cryptocurrency hedge fund or whatever you might do, we want to interview you on the podcast. If you're a technology guy and you are fully engrossed in this and you're working, or you're at the cutting edge and you're setting up some company that's going to change the world due to the blockchain technology and everything else, we want to interview on the podcast, because what we want to do is we want to take this time to really spread your word and spread your message out there, because I'm tired of, like, when I see people and they don't even know what's going on. The world is changing so fast. You have to embrace it. We're never going back to 1920, and we're living in a time that's super fucking exciting. So anybody, spread the podcast, introduce us to people. If you're one of those people, send us an email. You can get in touch with me, david@davidwygant.com, or John, do you want to do your Gmail? What's your Gmail address?
Oh yeah, my Gmail is john@theawakenedlifestyle.com.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.com. And also, this is, we have to say, because we are talking about things that people invest money in, this is not financial advice. This is just two guys exploring possibilities and bringing on people that are potentially changing the world, and understanding that the blockchain, which all these cryptocurrencies are built on, is a revolutionary idea. And in some ways, I think it would be interesting to explore, but I think there's a lot of, there's something even spiritual about it. So we can even get into that side of it.
We're going to get it all. We're going to spend some time on this, and we're going to not only educate you, but we're going to bring on the thought leaders. And it is very spiritual. Somebody said to me the other day, and we're just about out of time, when you came to me in August and you said, buy Bitcoin, it was an invitation to a club, because other people who told you about it were researching and doing it. Hey man, this is the way the world's going to be. Either you're going to join the new world or you're going to stay in the old world. And you even told me that. I remember I was standing there. I got off the plane, and you were in your bedroom and we were talking, and I was like, nah, and now all of a sudden I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm up at night late. I'm reading about it. I'm looking at charts. I'm checking out new technology. I'm seeing new things and why they're going up in price, and I'm analyzing it. And it's not only is it, to me, I think it's a fabulous way to make money, but it's also, I want to fucking be part of what changes the world. Because you and I, if you think about this, I was the original dating coach that had people sleep over his house, right? You were one of the original guys too. It's like, we really, if you think about it, we're responsible for a lot of, if you look at a lot of these coaches, you know what, they know about us, and we can hear them quote us at times. We can watch one of their YouTube videos and go, oh, fuck, man, you got that from me back in 2005. So you and I have been friends 11 years, and we're smart, and we want to become smarter. We want to educate more people. So all you blockchain, all you crypto traders, all you people out there, we want to bring you on, and we want to let people hear your message, so we can all be on the cutting edge of really a changing world in 2018. That's the reality.
All right. Well, let's bring it back soon, and come on back again, right, for more self-help that doesn't suck and more life-changing, mind-altering information.